Okay, Bert had a employee evaluation with me here a few months ago. I didn't tell him that was really what it was, but anyway, we had that, and this is our first real official one. And so, Bert, go ahead as an employee and evaluate how I'm doing.
Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting
I
that.
didn't think you were. I asked you 4 months ago how I was doing for a boss.
I don't know, I like working here.
Good.
You communicate the most out of any boss I've ever had, and I learn a lot from it. Not just about machining, but about how a business operates, which you don't ever get from other bosses because it's not your job, so they don't talk about it.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, yeah. And when I worked in corporate, something that I learned way late after I had made lots of enemies here and there, was that my job when I was in a corporate position was not to do what was best for the corporation. My job was to do what was best for my direct boss, even if he was stabbing somebody else in the back, because that was what they were paying me to do. And everything is compartmentalized to where nobody knows who's stabbing who for why and which is actually for the company. Nobody knows enough to make a better decision. It actually sometimes is way different than you think it is because you weren't given enough of the picture.
Right.
It took me a long time to figure out that my real position was to make my direct boss happy, even if I think he is really messing up for the whole company. But we're not quite like that here.
Yeah. There was politics like that at the university too. You could mostly keep your head down and avoid it if you were a student.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was an interesting thing too, since we're on kind of a chit chat at this point. How did one of the welding shops I was at? There was a guy there and they used to always kind of look at things and see who was doing the most, because that was the old U.S. thing. Was you'd try and compete on your crew. We did this just for fun, but there also was a point where the guys in the office would look at this and decide who was the best worker.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys at one of the shops I was at, he would go around and he would steal sub-assemblies from other people. And then he would finish them up and put them as done, even though it wasn't from his line. And he was very effective at getting a lot done. He didn't know that the bosses knew that he was doing this. But it really, really pissed the other guys off, of course, because they also were not let in that the bosses knew. So, anyway, okay.
Yeah,
I guess I've learned enough about being a boss today.